Alright. I'm a little bit fucking late to the party here because this podcast has been out for months. But Joe Rogan and Duncan Trussell, I think it's like 15:42 or something. I don't fucking know, right? It's like a 5-hour podcast. It has taken me days to finish. Okay? Actually, weeks to finish. I have listened to Joe Rogan for years. Loved all of his material, whether it's left-leaning, right-leaning, don't care. His opinion truly does not mean much to me. Okay? And in this podcast, he says something that I completely fucking agree with, which is, don't listen to Ben Shapiro. Don't listen to me as Joe Rogan. Don't listen to you, Duncan Trussell. Don't listen to fucking Sam Harris. Don't listen to any of these people. What you do is you listen to their shows, okay? You get a feel for what they're saying, but you form your own opinion, right? You form your own opinion from the knowledge, from the fucking information that you were being provided, right? But you don't just hands down believe every goddamn thing that they're saying. You never listen to somebody without questioning what the fuck they're saying, right? You should always question everything. Never believe what you read. Never believe what you hear. It may not be true, okay? I gotta say this. Duncan Trussell, fuck you. You are a fucking fool. If you have any sense of dignity or self fucking preservation, shut the fuck up now and stop spouting this socialist communist fucking rhetoric that you are. You claim to be a Buddhist, yet you sit on this podcast and criticize Ben Shapiro for being on the right. You criticize Ben Shapiro for being being a practicing Jew, and tell Joe Rogan not to ever have him on the podcast again. Why? Because he could potentially bring about an influx of Nazis and Aryan Brotherhood into Joe Rogan's comment sections. He could come onto your podcast and espouse all of this rhetoric from the Nazis and he's a fucking Jew. He's a Jew! Ben Shapiro is not a Nazi. But you know what Ben Shapiro also isn't? A fucking hypocrite. Ben Shapiro, and I'm not Ben Shapiro's buddy, okay? I'm not his fucking pal. I'm not his fucking boyfriend. I have no reason to stick up for him. But I will say, he's not a hypocrite, right? He's not a fucking hypocrite. If he says something, he's saying it because he means it. He's saying it from a point of view that is educated, from a point of view that he morally believes is true, right? You criticize him because of the wet-ass pussy fucking thing. The wet-ass pussy, the criticalness, the critical view of the WAP song and music video is that is being pushed to 10-year-old girls. I have a 10-year-old girl who a 10-year-old daughter who I'm driving to pick up right now. And if I heard her fucking listening to that goddamn song, she'd be fucking grounded. And she would no longer have the ability to get on YouTube. She would no longer have the ability to get on the internet. She would no longer have the ability to listen to that song. And I would sit her down and explain to her why that song would not be listened to in my home. I grew up listening to Eminem. Okay? Actually, I have the fucking Marshall Mathers LP right here. My mother hated it. Hated it. Would not allow me to listen to the parental advisory version. Would not buy me, would refuse to buy me CDs if they had that little sticker on, right? I never understood it. I get it now. I get it. After 15 years of drug addiction, I get it. After fucking 10 years of being a father, I get it. Okay? It's not a bad thing to have morals. It's a good thing to have morals. It's a good thing to have standards for which you set for yourself to be a good person. And Duncan Trussell, you are only criticizing people for doing that. Now, once again, my phone is a piece of shit and I have 7 minutes to record this video, which I could go on for 20 fucking hours about, okay? But Duncan Trussell, you say that you're a Buddhist. Let it be. Let people be who they want to be and leave it alone. Stop criticizing people for having morals. Stop criticizing, okay? It's not about sex positive or sex negative. It's about don't push. The media needs to stop pushing wet-ass pussies to 10-year-olds. They need to stop pushing selling cocaine and guns and violence and murder to the black community who already suffers from things of that nature. They need to stop pushing Black Lives Matter, who have openly admitted before they took it down off their fucking website because people started catching on. They need to stop pushing Black Lives Matter narrative that they want to disrupt the nuclear family because the black community already suffers from the nuclear family being being obstructed and being destroyed. The black community needs fathers. That's what they need. And you know what? So does the white community, because I didn't have a fucking dad. And I swore that if I had children, which I do now, that I would be the best fucking father and I would be there no matter what. And at 18 years old, I had a little girl.